there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. They'll come out in the pistol.
Check 59.
From the gun, Murray. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Swearinger. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Newton to throw. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Off. They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
Ready? Look, 80. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. They're not ready for this, man. Ready?
From the end zone, Newton. And he can't get away. Newton can't escape the pressure, and it's a safety. And this offense, this new offense, would appear they still have a few kinks to work through.
And isn't that to be expected? It's a unit that hasn't played together in a real game before. So they definitely got some growing pains, Brandon. And this one, it cost them 2 points.
With it is Brown.
That's it, baby.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, Just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The pass to Brown as he hauls it in. The 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. John Brown. His second touchdown of the night as his guys continue to pour it on. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Gano the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
At the 20-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's a gain of 35.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. From the gun, Newton on the move to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've... John Brown! And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here you go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Newton. He's going to take off with it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Check. Watch 54.
To throw again on second down. Newton flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Forced out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jurrell Casey bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. After the sack on first down, Newton, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. He's got Green. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a fourth down. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. They'll keep the offense out to go for it on fourth. One last throw here for Newton. Unable to find Green. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. Time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night, everybody.